One of the guys who paved the way for this weekend, Zack Novak, joining us now. Zack, first of all, you've got to feel incredible emotion watching those guys make this run. What's it been like knowing that you were one of the first guys to kind of cast your lot with John Beilein and now to see where the program is?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of surreal. I just talked to Coach, and he's talking about the Final Four in Indianapolis a couple years ago. You got Michigan State down there, and West Virginia's in it. For him and he's got fans coming up to him saying, "Oh, we're glad that you signed to a long-term deal, so you guys will never win." And
seriously?
Yeah, people are saying that to him, and they're eating their words now because he led us back to where we belong.
Are you surprised how quickly it was able to happen with Coach Beilein and the team?
I think, yes. He's been there for a while, but if you look at my junior year, so 2 years ago, start 1-5 in the Big Ten, and, that short of a time, now you're in the national championship game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's huge with the last couple recruiting classes. Obviously, Trey is great. I think he's kind of lucky, that no one thought that he would be the National Player of the Year when he came, and then Mitch has just stepped up, and all these freshmen I think have handled this really well, and it's it's been a little surprising, but at the same time those people in that program are so good that that part of it you kind of expect it.
You obviously played with Trey last year. You played with Hardaway for a couple years. What have you seen in terms of the evolution of those guys' games?
Well, I think Tim. We were just talking about Stauskas right now. He's a shooter, but he can do so many other things that if his shot's off, it shouldn't affect his game. And Tim was like that as a freshman. Tim, if he wasn't making shots, and last year too, then it kind of affected everything else. I think this year what you've seen with him is there's games where he can't, his three ball's not going, but he's developed to the point now where he can get to the basket, he can attack, he can get to the line. And so if he's not making his threes, that doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to be able to contribute. And with Trey, I think that just look how much stronger he's gotten this year. I mean, last year I think he was really beat down towards the end. And, this year, I mean, it looks like he's in the first week of the season. I mean, he's been unbelievable. I'm impressed. I'm just happy I get to say that I played with a guy like that because he's something else.
Well, you talked about Trey coming on. You never thought that he would be National Player of the Year, but a lot of hype came out in regards to Mitch McGary. Kind of started off the season a little bit slow. You saw some signs that he can be a very dominant player, but throughout this tournament, he's been kind of that guy. Yeah. How surprising has that been to you, kind of following the program a little bit?
I think a lot of people know by now. I've known Mitch since he was 10 years old. So I'm not super surprised. I was more surprised that he wasn't showing more of this early on. I'd be lying if I thought I said he's going to be the MVP of the NCAA tournament. A couple weeks ago, he was playing like 10, 15 minutes a game.
Right.
He couldn't stop fouling people. And now he's, the most dominant player in the country. Right. It's been crazy. I think that, I'm giving him credit because he's worked really hard this year, to get his body just in the right shape.
His diet.
He's changed his diet. I think he's just focused, he's on fire right now. He's really been a force, and, he's going to be big tonight if, we're going to win the game.
I know you're playing in the Netherlands right now. One adjective to describe Dutch basketball.
Dutch basketball, one adjective. I think it's pretty competitive.
Okay.
Our league right now, there's one team at the top that is pretty good, but we got a lot of teams that are right in the middle, vying for the fourth. Gives you home court.
Okay.
So I think there's like 3 or 4 teams that have a shot.
So you're
to
in
get
season
that.
right now.
Yeah.
They just let you come out here.
Yeah, they gave me the weekend. I couldn't miss this. I couldn't miss this.
Well, I know you got plenty to do here this weekend. Thanks for taking a few minutes with us, and enjoy this because you were a huge part of it.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me.